AskReddit by Atasham1. What is the most widely believed but wrong idea that many people have about health or exercise? That you'll get huge by exercising. That you'll get thin by exercising. Exercise can change your shape, but it's 90% diet that changes your size. People drastically overestimate how many calories are burned with exercise. Exercise is important and good for you, but you lose weight by eating less. I don't want to get too big. Oh, don't worry. You won't. Getting big is way harder than people think. Unless it's getting fat. That's kind of easy. Deleted. Targeted exercise to reduce fat content in an area is not real, but exercising an area for targeted hypertrophic, giving the region a more firm appearance, does work. Doesn't help much if your fat content is too high and impedes your muscles from showing though. There's a huge industry built on people believing that doing core exercises will give you a flat stomach. You can expand that to any exercise that targets a specific body part. Things like the ab roller, bean, thigh master, etc. were huge in the 80s and 90s. TBF, the ab roller is a great exercise tool. That if you eat before bed it all turns to fat. All those weird myths about food seem to have something against dinner and favor breakfast. The cereal industry did a hell of a job. Eating a lot of foods with vitamin C will prevent illness. Vitamin C is certainly vital to immune health, but it's not a cure-all. And an orange has 70 milligrams of vitamin C while a red bell pepper has 190. Fat is bad for you. Same with carbs. Especially if you exercise. Carbs are necessary and healthy. I've seen people on Reddit argue that potatoes are as bad for you as Oreos because they have carbs, lol. Fad diets. No diet is one size fits all, and no diet will make you gain weight on its own. It's about finding a diet that helps you meet your caloric goals. Eat less sugars and carbs would help 95% of Americans. That working out is more important than getting sleep. That's widely believed. I exercise so I can eat whatever I want. Ask any nutritionist or personal trainer. Exercise is only 20% of the equation. Diet is the other 80%. You can spend all day in the gym if you want. But if you eat like shit, it's not going to make a difference. For most people. When I was cycling 6,000 miles a year, including many days with a ride over 200 miles, I could eat insane amounts of food and still be losing weight. But that of course is not the typical ratio of consumption, exercise. Very dangerous as it discredits science in the minds of laymen, but also extremely common are nutritional fads that emerge primarily as advertising campaigns. Superfoods, detoxification, etc., etc. Basically, unscrupulous companies trying to sell their stuff by coating them with arcane science words while cherry-picking nutritional contents and fabricating myths so they can look healthy but are either not offering any actual benefit or actually expressing dangerous ideas and habits. Similar to the concept of greenwashing, but instead of changing the packaging to the color green to appear environmentally friendly, they add a leaf and slap the word natural on it to appear healthy. That you need to go to the gym to exercise. Not really. You just have to move your body. Hence the reason why the obesity epidemic is a thing is because all road space is prioritized for cars and not for humans to freely move around. About 20 years ago I went on a school trip to French Polynesia, and one of the islands we were on literally had a single dirt road that went around the entire thing. There was a school bus that someone had set up as a standard bus that went around the island several times a day, but otherwise people biked or walked. 2 weeks I was there, pretty much walking everywhere, and the closest grocery store to the station we stayed at was about 2 miles away. The bank was about 3 miles away. There was very little junk food because this was an island, so even a can of soda cost about $4. I remember being astounded that a gallon of ice cream was 20 bucks. Needless to say, between walking everywhere and not eating any junk food, I probably dropped almost 15 pounds in those 2 weeks. Of course, I put it all right back on as soon as I got home because I no longer had to walk everywhere and McDonald's was. Dietary cholesterol intake corresponds to blood cholesterol levels. Just because X worked for person A doesn't mean it will work the same for person B. Gender, age, height, body shape, any medical conditions, whether you know of them or not, past injuries, all can play a role. X can be key at no fat, running, pilots, whatever health or fitness thing. I witnessed a person I know training someone at the gym. It was horrific. I'm a PT and stepped in at one point, but they didn't listen to me. It irked me so afterwards I sent loads of videos to tell her to calm the fuck down. Might work for her, but the other person she was training was way too novice for the weights, volume and general structure of the session. That you'll magically transform just by hitting the gym. To be fair, if you hit it fast enough you might transform into a red puddle. People fail to understand that working out and staying fit is a lifestyle choice. People often complain when they don't stay in the weight range that they initially worked hard for because they lose weight and hope to stay in the same weight range forever with whatever diet. But it doesn't work that way. You've got to keep doing it for the rest of your life to maintain that. I feel like the concept of diets is a bit of myth, and decent exercise and eating more fruits and veggies, and more variety in general, might be beneficial long term. I don't quite understand cutting something out of your diet completely unless you have an allergy or an avoidance to meat, aka vegetarians, vegans, or something. I don't want to cut sugar out completely, but I don't necessarily go bonkers with it anymore either. Not a nutritionist, but my take is that diet is mostly mental. I know I get hungry and crave junk often. I try to remember to drink water, eat a salad, eat other fresh things, and then work on the more craving satisfying foods. I also feel like it's normalized to eat takeout and fried foods a lot more often than people should. It's just never been my lifestyle to do either with any frequency, and I think that is wildly helpful. You could just check out this thread from within the last 24 hours. https://old.reddit.com/r/comments/1bjrft8/what's_the_most_health_or/. That anybody who is famous to any degree due to how their body looks or functions is even approximately natural. This is 100% for men. Sorry guys, Hemsworth didn't put on 40 pounds of muscle in 6 months to play Thor by eating chicken and broccoli. That you need to work out every day to get results. I thought this when I first got into exercising, and instead of results, all I got was constant fatigue and injuries. Skinny means healthy. This. Also, skinny equals ED, like not always. I lost a ton of weight due to an illness and have struggled to gain it back. Women in particular have a fear of looking like a bodybuilder if they so much as lift a 3-pound dumbbell. Girl, no one looks like a bodybuilder unless they train like a bodybuilder. That is hours of work nearly every day. Besides, fit and athletic is sexy. You're not going to look like a female Arnold Schwarzenegger by doing the little bit of lifting you're avoiding. That running is the best thing for weight loss. It's not. Running makes me feel terrible and I always gain weight, real fat, not just muscle, when I run. It's just not for me. That you sweat out toxins in the sauna. Your body only sweats salt and water. The kidney and liver filter toxins. The sauna is simply lazy cardio and maybe some mental fortitude. So-called experts online saying how much sugar some fruits have and then comparing it to a chocolate bar. Vilifying a natural given treat from the earth's beautiful, rich soil in comparison with a man-made high fructose corn syrupy cancer-causing expensive 7-11 delicacy. I had an argument with someone about that. They were insistent that sugar is sugar. Well, yeah, but it's not the sugar that's the concern. It's the fact that the sugar in highly processed food is highly processed, and it's going to have changes at the molecular level that are probably not great for us. I'd rather eat an apple over a lollipop any day.